Okay, so this is Donnelly back when he went on the Tosh.O episode as the Virgin Trampoline Jumper. This was what, when he was 37 years old, so that was like 12 years ago, I believe. And apparently he thought that this was his way of redeeming himself and putting himself more out there, but ultimately it backfired on him. He was made fun of. It's like he would go to a bar or some other place and then they would just straight up make fun of the guy. It's really sad to see. Now, I know people are gonna think that I'm taking this video too seriously, especially if it's a comedy show. But when you learn what happened to him afterwards, you would see how much of a damage that has really taken on the guy. So let's get right to it. And I'm not gonna do it full screen because I don't want to get hit with copyright. So
7 front flips in a row. Oh, I am so dead set on losing my virginity. I will lose my virginity before the age of 40 years old. I will work so hard in my physical abilities. That's what I've got to do to make myself known that I know how to have fun. Donnelly Miller.
yeah, I remember that video.
What you need to do is light some candles, get some buble on the Pandora, soak a loaf of white bread in warm milk, and bury your boner 5 slices deep. It feels amazing, and soggy milk bread never asked you to meet its parents. That muscular metal mouth is Donnelly, and he's having a hard time
Jeez,
finding a
metal
little share
mouth,
of passion
damn,
for consecutive front flips. So what if he's never popped any cherries? I'm sure he's had some of them stuck in his braces. Being a virgin is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, it will actually make you more valuable if you're ever kidnapped and forced into sex slavery. Besides, some of the most respected celebrities in the world are virgins. Tim Tebow, Lolo Jones, Honey Boo Boo. Priests don't have sex.
Oh
Look how
my
well adjusted
God.
they are. Remember the first time you make love, there's 0 chance of pregnancy, so go raw. And technically, it's not premarital sex if you never plan on marrying them. The hymen is like the foil on top of yogurt. Think of it as a door you have to kick down with your penis to get into awesome land. If you're ugly, keeping your virginity is a snap. If you're pretty, it's a lot harder, which is why God invented ass play. Just kidding, Christians. Anal sex doesn't preserve your virginity. Your poop hole is not a loophole. That's sodomy. Donnelly needs to get deflowered soon, so I canceled his orthodontist appointment and brought him here for some Californication.
Now I would watch this at that normal 1x of speed, especially with how short the video is, but because this is quite a painful video to watch,
And this week's
I'm
Redemption.
1.5xing it.
Oh! Donnelly, I said no double bouncing. That's scary. How long have you been trampolining? Is that what it's called, trampolining?
Yeah, you could call it trampolining, bouncing, black bed jumping.
That seems racist.
I mean, that's what we're jumping on, a black bed.
Has anyone ever done 8 front flips in a row?
Never seen it personally, but yes, it's been done.
How long have you been a virgin?
37 years.
Do you think the problem is you're hanging out in gymnasiums where there's a bunch of children around?
That could possibly be a solution right there.
Have you always wanted to save yourself?
For the right person, yeah.
How far have you gone with a woman?
Haven't made it to first base.
You've never even kissed a
Oh
woman?
man,
my
dude.
first base.
Now, I'm not cringing because of the first base part. I'm cringing more on the lines of like, dude, you have to announce that to everybody. That's what. Again, nothing wrong with being a virgin, but
That's not bad,
it's
right?
like the fact that you're announcing that
Masturbation.
to
I definitely
others.
sometimes have to resort to it, especially after I've seen like a good-looking women.
When you're a rookie, like yourself,
Yeah.
okay, you're going to want to spend tons of time on foreplay.
Talking like an hour, 2
Good
hours.
questions. You want real answers, I'm going to give them to you. No, an hour, knock it off. You want to kiss for 5 minutes. Then you want to start touching their ass. Then you want to start taking clothes off. Do you know about the vagina?
Yeah, no, I mean the basic parts of it, yeah.
You'll spend all your time up there. Don't even worry about the hole, even though that's where we want to be, because it's more fun down there. Shoving things in their fingers, that does little for them. These are things that we've all done. Every guy here. That guy spit on his before. Right there. You don't have sex for maybe 2 minutes, and you're done. She's on her period. What do? So you don't worry about it. You go in there strong. You do it on your face. It's like war paint.
Oh boy.
What do you imagine sex feels like?
I would imagine you feel it's pretty good.
Then immediately after, shame. It's amazing how much you liked this person laying next to you 10 minutes ago. And now, oh, you could watch her get hit by a bus and nothing would make you happier. That's what sex feels like. Donnelly, you need to man up if you're ever going to pop that penis cherry. And there's
Yeah,
only one place on earth guaranteed
this
to make a man out of
is-
you. That's the man show.
This is definitely the perfect example of normies just straight up giving advice to men like Donnelly. You know, that's
Jimmy
not
Kimmel
gonna
and
work.
Adam Carolla?
No,
Because for the
last-
most part, they're just pretty much talking down on you. Like, hey, look at what I got. Look at this. Don't do this. Don't do that. You know, you're just straight up talking
version
down.
with Joe Rogan and Doug Stanhope.
I thought they canceled that show.
No, they still film it. Comedy Central just refuses to put it on television.
Welcome back to the Man Show. I'm Joe Rogan.
I'm Doug Stanhope.
Hey, where's the guy over the piano?
The Fox guy? Yeah, he's dead.
Oi, oi, oi.
So 37 years old and you're still full. What's been the problem?
The problem is I've just had very few opportunities to go out there and meet the one.
Where have you been looking?
I do a bunch of marathon running.
It's really hard to keep a conversation going.
He sounds like he's looking for the one.
You don't need to be married.
And marriage is nice. I mean, unless you're in a marriage where you don't have sex, which I don't think happens very often. How often do people usually have sex?
Most people get sick of each other. They don't want to. It's true.
Oh,
What you jerk
man.
off to, like if you've never even had a sexual experience.
Oh, my
you're still
God.
Probably at that pubescent stage where you can jerk off to like.
I would have
Baby
walked.
commercial.
I would have walked off the stage right then and there. I would have been like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing this."
Doesn't like access even like once a day. Doesn't like
They just flat out making fun of this
Why don't you
guy.
just pretend you
I mean,
don't-
again, I know they're comedians, but
You
still.
caught AIDS in the first time you 37 years and nothing than AIDS. It's like an Alanis Morissette song. I think your issue is a social issue, my friend. I think it has to do with friendship. Yeah, you know those Christian bitches want. Have you ever done ecstasy?
No.
You're throwing fastballs at a catcher who has no mitt.
Oh man.
I'll put you in a situation that I was once in, but as you just done some mushrooms with your friend Matt Becker. You want to dump a load before you start tripping. So you go to a whorehouse 3 blocks down on Spinard Highway. It was called the Ravenite. It's almost closed. There's 2 hookers left. You pick the blonde. What do you pick? Missionary or doggy style?
Doggy style.
You're wrong, and that's why you need us. Didn't I just tell you you're on mushrooms? Your senses are peaked. You can smell a fly fart from 6 blocks away. When you're making love to her, is it stink gonna go up? It's gonna go to the side? No. You want missionary. You want your face as far away from that problem.
By the way,
See, that's pretty much what it is, though. It's straight up like, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that, da 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 da. There's none of that. Well, you know what? I used to struggle like this, and I know what social anxiety is. I know what it's like to stutter, blah blah blah. But you can't, there's none of that drawing from experience or what, because they don't know what it's like. Of course, these guys are famous guys, or they're famous, successful guys, and then when they see someone like Donell, they're like, oh my god, yeah, something's wrong with him. Again, I'm not knocking on Joe Rogan. I do like the guy, but this was one of those instances where I'm like, dude, that was low, man.
Well, we're at the Wilton Theater in Los Angeles with Joey Diaz.
He said he has 6 inches. Was that flaccid or hard? I didn't even ask.
Probably doesn't get flaccid at this point. I'm back here. The tits are out. My beaver's all unshaven and overgrown. What kind of music are you gonna play?
Maybe a little some Depeche Mode. Maybe like
Oh, Jesus, you're gonna lose your boner.
Oh my
You
god.
just get your box until your boner comes back.
Now spit. Would you drink donkey to get a lady?
yes.
Would you ever consider having sex with a man?
Not particularly. No.
I wish we could just find something
Okay.
to dance,
Yeah, it's too
God,
bad.
if that was Love Left Me Forever, Wayne, he would have said, imagine the reaction. Oh my god. Into to wanting to have sex with a man. And again, I'm not knocking down on gay or bisexual, but I'm just saying, if you're straight, you're straight. You don't resort to having sex with another man.
Girls who love jumping on trampolines that are also gigantic sluts.
The juggies.
Oh my god.
7 orgasms in a row.
Shit,
I told you I'd
dude.
lose my virginity.
All right. Congratulations, stud. Now let's get out of here. It's gross seeing what 2 decades of jumping on a trampoline did to that titty. Thanks to Jennifer Aniston for letting us use her old ass flap.
What was that part when I think I missed that part where what's his face? I think who was it, Joe Rogan or somebody asked Donnelly, like, would you drink donkey pee for to get with a lady? And he said yes. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, Donnelly, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, that, like, when you answer something like that, it just means desperation, and it just means like you pretty much allowed yourself to be humiliated to the whole world. I mean, I know I know at the time he's been trying so hard to be out there, but I mean, this is what happens when you let desperation get into your way. Now, I know at the time he was pushing 40, but look where he's at now, at 49, going on 50 next year. You know, he's gonna be 50 years old next year. He's still saying the same thing, and it's unfortunate, though. It's really unfortunate seeing a good guy like him just end up in a bad spot like that, you know? I mean, after this show, like I said, he got made fun of. He was humiliated. He had to close his original channel down for some time, and then I think like what, a couple years later or so, he brought it back. Now, keep in mind that this was in the mid 2010s era. So imagine if Donnelly did this shit right now. He would be going through humiliation times 10. Like it would be a lot more like nobody would want to be around him. It would continue on for the rest of his life. Just especially like with nowadays, things are more brutal than it was like 10 years ago. I mean, it's rough out there. But anyways, back to the whole story. He got humiliated, and then for some odd reason, Donnelly went back on the show again 5 years later. And when he was over there, I think Daniel Tosh asked him, "So you're still a virgin?" And Donnelly was like, "Yeah." And then it was like the crowd they had that awkward, like, ooh, kind of pause right there. That reaction, like, what the fuck happened to you kind of thing, it just goes to show like he's not being supported. It's like this is what happens when you let desperation get to you and whatnot. And then I think around that time he decided he's gonna go back. He's gonna go to school, get his master's in exercise science. He did talk about in his one of his live streams, Donnelly, how I think his one of his close friends at the time was trying to dissuade him. He's trying to say, Donnelly, this is not a good idea. Don't do that because you don't have that persona. You don't have that social, you don't have that ability to be able to maintain social skills and whatnot, which was, I hate to say it, it's true. You have to really maintain good social skills, but apparently he still went that route. He went $100,000 in student loan debt, and I'm pretty sure he might still be in debt. Right? You mean more likely he's still in debt right now. It's horrible how things like that just end up happening to him. It's like it's just unfortunate with Donnelly, and I do think if it wasn't for that show, he might still have a shot. He might have been able to to have some success with his exercise science degree, but because of that show, it really ruined him. That's what I feel. But let's go look at the comments right here. Sorry about that. There's like a helicopter flying on top. Um, Tosh completely abandoned. He's just having a good time. See, it's pretty much a lot of these guys just complimenting the guys. They don't give a shit about Donnelly. Of course, when you see famous people, you're bound to compliment them. You know. Joe actually trying to help this guy while everyone else is I mean, he could be he could be trying to help him, but he's not conscious that he's actually making fun of him. He's kind of like humiliating him out of nowhere. But oh my God, is wholesome. Wish him well. And he seemed to, without just making fun of him. I mean, like I said, I don't think they're trying to make fun of him, but their lack of understanding for Donnelly is what's causing them to indirectly make fun of, like just, I mean, it's not on purpose, but it seems like they are really making fun of him. I just indirectly. And I mean, again, I don't know why Donnelly went back on that fucking show. It makes no sense. You got humiliated, you got your life ruined, and you want to go back to that fucking show again? Like, are you serious? Just sitting there laughing his ass. Gotta give him credit. Yeah, I know. I would love to give him credit, but it's sad to say his life has not gotten any better since then. It's just unfortunate, you know. It's, but anyways, I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate what happened to him. I mean, I don't know. It's like I wish Donnelly could make a recovery, but it just seems like He's just going through that never-ending loophole. I mean, yeah, but anyways, guys, I wish him the best. I really want the guy to succeed, but it's just it really feels so humiliating going to 50 years old and you're still having you're just in that never-ending loophole. You know, it's such a torturous life to go through that. And I mean, yeah, that's just about it. Thanks for watching this. Have a good one.